Imagine you're trying to study and all you can focus on is the constant chatter, footsteps, and buzz of people's phones. You're not going to get anything done. Whether you're studying for finals or writing a paper, you've probably wished for a few minutes of peace so you can just think clearly. That's why silent study spaces matter so much. Campuses should establish designated silent study spaces that help students focus, minimize distractions, and ultimately help their academic performance. I have researched and found studies that support the need for silent study areas. Also, as a student myself, I have definitely felt at times very frustrated that I could not just focus because of distractions around me. Because students struggle to find quiet spaces and to study, colleges should create designated silent study spaces, such as phone booths and pods, allowing students to better focus, reduce stress, and improve academic performance. Now let's get into the challenges students face while trying to have silent study sessions. A quote published by Your Space in 2025, Matt Andrews wrote, "In the spring of 2024, undergraduate enrollment increased by 2.5%. That's an addition of 359,000 students, making this the second consecutive semester of growth after years of decline after the pandemic." While the actual problem is not that more students are getting educated, it just means that there are more people on campus, making existing studying spaces become overcrowded and noisy. And quiet areas are overall harder to find. As enrollment levels grow, so do the noise levels and the amount of distractions. Without designated silent spaces, students are forced into loud and crowded areas, leading to stress, lower productivity, and lower academic success. In 2025, the Daily Emerald published, "Every hallway, wall, and window has a psychological effect. Open layouts encourage social energy, but they can also heighten distractions." This highlights how a lot of campuses are designed with open concept layouts. They are meant to encourage and help with collaboration and social interaction. While that can be great for some cases for group projects and community building, it also means that students are constantly surrounded by movement, noise, and distractions, making it very difficult for many to concentrate on individual tasks. Published by Evidence-Based Library and Information Practice, John Stemmer and Michael Strasser wrote Silence in a Noisy World. They gave a poll to students that concluded that 62% believe that it is more important to have quiet study rooms, with only 4% saying it is not as important. Every student faces distractions while studying, and you understand whether you are currently a student or you graduated how frustrating it can be. You know about the challenges students face. Now let's talk about the potential solutions that can be implemented. Creating a solution does not necessarily entail constructing new buildings or adding on to existing ones. It can also look like adding things into existing spaces. Written by Katie Clark in 2024, KI published, "Phone booths are essentially private design pods for individual use. They are soundproof, enclosures with sealed doors that offer a quiet space for focused work or private calls. On the other hand, meeting pods cater to groups, providing a freestanding room with a larger communal area. Phone booths offer students a quiet space to focus and to also take calls and meetings without distracting those around them, without other distractions in them. Meeting pods are more group-oriented spaces that give students enclosed spaces for collaboration and small discussions. Integrating both of these types of pods into already existing buildings in study areas can enhance privacy and concentration without costing thousands of dollars to build new facilities. If students are not given silent spaces, the consequences can be significant. Their focus and productivity will decline because of distractions, preventing deep thinking and attention. Also, anxiety and stress may arise since noise and interruptions make it significantly harder to concentrate and complete tasks. There was a study done by the Journal of Emerging Technologies and Innovation on students aged between 18 and 28. They analyzed how quiet spaces affect the students. It was an observation study that was also used student feedback. They studied how students' anxiety levels, concentration, and how they manage their emotions after spending time in a silent study area. This is where I'll have my visual, and it explains how their stress went down, their productivity went up, and overall their mental health got better. So I'll show that. Overall, the study shows how using a silent study space can help improve multiple aspects of students' headspaces and their focus. A concern that some may have about these new installations is the cost. These structures can be expensive, and colleges may be a bit more hesitant in installing them. However, the long-term benefits outweigh the initial expenses. Investing in students' mental health, wellness, and productivity is a cost that pays off itself throughout students' overall success. If campuses decide to invest in study pods, students will have access to distraction-free environments that improve focus and reduce stress. Over time, this can lead to higher academic performance and better mental wellness, creating a more supportive learning atmosphere. If campuses choose to not install the pods, students will continue to struggle to find quiet places for concentration. Their stress and distractions will persist and potentially lower their grades and increase burnout, and weaken their overall learning environment. Without installing the study pods, campuses will continue to face distracted, stressed students and declining academic focus. By choosing to add these pods, colleges create calm, productive spaces that help students concentrate and manage stress and perform their best. Now let's talk about how you guys can help. As we come to the end of this discussion, it's important to reflect on what we have learned about the power of a silent study space. Students deserve a space that supports their mental health and academic success. It is clear that silence helps reduce anxiety, better focus, and improve emotions, yet lots of campuses still lack dedicated environments or quiet spaces. You guys can help by reaching out to your student government and campus administration to advocate for the addition of phone booths and meeting pods. You can reach out by emailing department heads and also joining student governments. It also helps if you encourage your friends and other students to also advocate and share how they feel about noise affecting their ability to study. Personally, I plan on also reaching out and talking to faculty and classmates to gather support and raise awareness about how these pods can help improve students' day-to-day lives. It is time for you guys to take action. By speaking up, we're able to transform our campus into an environment to nurture calm and focused productivity.